Good morning, Salotina Edlarot. We're doing Zinege. We're live once again. Say hi, say what's up. Dogos in with Ozzy. Let us know. Wadaru Jasana. Good doing Zinege. Dene Yati podcast. Willis Jean Viehushe. Nintelas tours in La Loche, Saskatchewan. Yes, up north. Treaty 8 territory, Clearwater River Dene Nation band member. And doon zinige Treaty 4 territories in Ohalhuntati Danatli and there Chipewyan Text Begayas we are on Detsanti Bagatlo. I don't even know how far we are at it. Sixth story, maybe? Something like that. Doon zinige good morning, Trevor Black. Said Liang Ani Bakana Hashjad boring there's school. So had to go live a little early, but it's all good. Donald, say hi, say what's up. Logo, it's Aaron with Ozzy. What did you guys think at Zineke? Linda St. Pierre Bahalia. Pretty Betsy Honi de Garnezu. Wolf Janvier. Good morning. You know, Ramsey Herman. Good morning from LA, West LA. Linda St. Pierre, Benenich, I say, yo. Toronto, neither, doing Vancouver, neither. No du holtsi altane baneria nezu babasine. It's all good stuff. So if you haven't checked it out, Zinik, it's on YouTube. YouTube, they get on the Dene Yati podcast anytime you miss an episode, or even on your cell phone, wherever you get your podcasts. I upload them. Dene Yati podcasting liste. Your bones aha. So with that, bonul view, the Chipewyan Text every morning, we share a story. There are Chipewyan Text. If you're just tuning in now to one of these, they come from Fort Chipewyan area that documented earlier 1922 and then 1933. Their linguists translating Lania, their slavey dialect. Dene adet isgole slavey dialect anuvelt ibegayes tiedua so edre tot inamegayes tiu artsi dene just kind of go brief through it begayes titlane so don't honni begayes tie begadru don't be shy to comment about it da nalhodin ledeo to konti sie. It's always good to know because every day land I'm doing research, Lalashka had found some stuff and Ayurt's asked Ionala and a lot of things. One of the things I'll point out here. I'll pull it up. It is right here. No, right here. So their timeline, can barely see it, but one of the things that he always asked, Satar I remember Habao Hamadi Azar Kurni and mission Hunizre. So the mission is the church, the missionaries. Where is it? Ishikubanas, smallpox, Chipewyans. Sir George. So anybody who's ever looked at this, it was the 1800s right here, first missionaries. In June 1945, Father Thibault baptized 211 people at Portage La Loche. So one of the things I always asked was, Talaga did do, I know a couple people, Tony's, Tony Lemeg and other, but not much of it, The shoes the shoes, Sweat Lodge Contia. I'm sure before 1885, if I'm called a head nylon, obviously, but a shin 200 years, and it's pretty interesting under Booth eye. So I've been trying to go over it a bit and, as I see her in it. So very interesting. Banaria. Daha, a Dinigat Hunter, the Bahalias Tina Dini, fur trade and then to Clearwater Riverbed Ori Anisi. Because the Lalashi is part of the fur trade too. So Ayat a Nahi Begatot in a date Leondela. Eita. Nadari Anisi. And is a. It's all good. Let's get this going. Direction continues about the Tantiga. The Tanti is two-faced Dene is spirit and human, and not Dene. So it's pretty interesting. Once one person said, "Let's go on the warpath without Ravenhead. When Ravenhead is with people, no one kills the enemy beside him. Only after he wounds all enemy, then we kill them. It is not enjoyable to kill wounded people that way. So let's go to war without his knowledge," she said. They didn't tell Ravenhead. Then they spread the news to all the people who were staying there. They all started preparing separately for war. They passed the word to each other. They said, "We'll all start together on the warpath after gathering." Then they all gathered there where they had said. They made the one person whom they considered to have the strongest medicine the leader of the war party. Thus they started on the warpath. Finally, they came to the land of the dog ribs. But they saw no dog ribs. The leader of the war party made medicine there. He looked ahead. He then saw to where the dog ribs were staying. He told his relatives that while singing with medicine, so the next day they started out in the direction where he had said the dog ribs were staying. So that's not Tibeti. So the dog ribs cannot dare see to okay benenesi. And I not the debits is either not the not the nuts surrounded a that genu or zinklon dog a dog ribs not denisi a it's an head deal. Now in the evening the sun had nearly gone down. They came there to the lake where the dog ribs were staying. Then they sat down a little way from the dog ribs. They were going to rush them early in the morning. Then, when dawn had come, suddenly one person said, "Let's look carefully. It seems like there are too many people," he said. Then one man climbed a tree. From there, he looked at where the dog ribs were camped. There seemed to be many people. Many fires can be seen, he said. Since it was still not very light, they took turns climbing up. They all looked from there at where the dog ribs were camped. Suddenly someone spoke up to them. "How come you are sitting up there?" Ravenhead said, coming out of the woods toward them. "We said we seemed to see fires over there. That's why we're looking from here." "But it doesn't seem to be fires," they said. So the chenke yakade dog ribs not desi. I konder ianila. "I'll look too," he said, stepping out of his snowshoes. He climbed up a big tree. He came to where the fires could be seen. "Get in there," he said. It can't be seen well," and went further up. Ravenhead, it is already very late. The dog ribs will suddenly see you. Don't climb up far, they said. Ravenhead said, From here, it can't be seen well. I think I'll get a good look, he said, going further up. Then one person took Ravenhead's snowshoe. He cut it up with a knife. He cut it up all the webbing. He broke the frame all into pieces. Then he took the other snowshoe. He did the same thing again. Then he scattered them all over in the snow. Suddenly the dog rushed at them. Ravenhead started down from the tree. It's all tied up in knots, he said, and they started running away from him. When they had gone away into the middle of the lake, Ravenhead left the people behind with his snowshoes, making snow fly up behind him. Thus he arrived at the land. People were shouting all among the teepees. His relatives did not understand when they had nearly come to him, he said. Now the last is sticking up without a leg. He had wounded all the dog ribs. They lay spread outside. They came to him standing among them. Then he said, I made them easy for you. Now you kill them, he said. Ravenhead's relatives were not happy with him. So one told him, Why have you wounded them? You killed them. We won't kill them, he told them. So he that sant he dog dog ribs and he cosina pie out. Told you, I think bet enesh bet chena, it's how he always does it. Chadai Yesu. Or is he Ravenhead said, Yes, if you had been by yourselves, you would not have to defend yourselves. The dog ribs would have killed you. So I protected you. The dog ribs haven't killed you yet, you said. We'll kill dog ribs without him, and without my knowledge started out on the warpath. Here without me, you would all have been killed. You are living because I have defended you again. But you say you won't kill the wounded, and yet you said it was impossible for you to kill those who were not wounded, he said. So saying, he immediately started away from the people again toward his home. Kudi that tanti nabayada slilende slano hendiani henila. That tanti too. Now Ravenhead had known well when they had started away from him on the warpath. But he had said nothing to the people, so he stayed there at home. Suddenly he had said, People have gone on the warpath. They might have been killed. If it is only them, I'll go after them, he said, going after the people. So he had come to his relatives at the time when the Dogra people had said they were going to rush them. It was found out that is what he did, it is, he is said. So at any time during it was found out that that is what he did. It is said. It is said Henide. Kohodia di Lanta Holni. Sni Ailu. And not just a story. So 1922 Tanta Yainla. And they recorded this. Afterwards, his relatives came home, but because they were unhappy, they came home without taking any of the property of the dog ribs they had killed, it is said. Then Ravenhead told him this. You said you didn't kill people by yourselves. For that you got mad. From here you will go on the warpath alone. You said that it is not enjoyable to kill people after I've wounded them for you. So now you can kill dog ribs who are not wounded. Thoroughly enjoy yourselves, he told them. Then his relatives started on the warpath again. Not even one of those who started on the warpath returned. It seems that the dog ribs killed them all, it is said. Suddenly Ravenhead said, they went out on the warpath saying that they would kill dog ribs with pleasure. So it seemed that they were killing many dog ribs. But it is a long time that they have not come home, he said. They lived because I defended them. I told them that alone they would be clubbed down like little puppies. That must have been what happened, he said. Now those people who had gone on the warpath just never came home, it is said. That's it for that part. You know, he did santi dene lila delay. Anytime he's able to naltao dene ni sagao dene ayada leo kondu wounded and then adre belot in an in delu. That's how Toriu Sante eat dog ribs. Dene a dog ribs onto hunziala. I'm gonna find it here, John. Sits here. Pull up my dog ribs. Dog rib. Tanta oliane. I don't know. Never heard of a dog rib dinner. That's for sure. Oh, there it is. Dog D. Okay. Bull ala. Dol yezi. Dog. Dog. Oh. Okay. Okay. Clean chan. So clean chat in it, huh? Maybe. Sounds about right. Maybe. Edlan with then. Clean chan. Clean chan dene. We'll go with that. Oh man. You know, when you do it, I only booth, you know, the Daryl's, it's insane. Like, any stories. So we are on. Let me go up here. Plaza. If you have been around, there we are der Slure hun helgen. Nahin dene jag aroljan som Slure. So 156. The next one day. So all through 180 it's an der a the tatiba der Slure shu. In any time a yit I honni da azi. There any time at there honni that is see. You know, there's a teaching in them, you know. There that's hard thibet di helende, you know. We can enjoy then it's not something you should enjoy. You know? Then you know there can yare the Nansen no itire. You know, but then that be nehila. So konti see just hidden messages not there. Beye hun lent taberilt on it and just kind of analyze it, you know. It's pretty neat. Bonaria. Bonaria, Bonaria. You know, at Zinegate, I will continue on with that. Gabinde. Gabinde is maybe Friday. Yeah, that'd be Friday. Probably tomorrow will be the last one. But Zinegate, you know, Linda Baliailti, Lack Bro Shields, you know, Banani either. No, do her in Chaholtsi Altana, you know, and I'm sure she's gonna accomplish more. But no do Holtsi Tor you see there are issues in Altsi that she wants to put in film, you know, Tor you see we deal with it. Mental health bazar, you know, suicide henny. Nuni you know, there was a time when I sneer, oh, who is it now? I would say that. Glaya do, you know, until, you know, my brother Rambo, currently I have several relatives suicide, are dying lazy, you know, and hot though you know and Nancy were affected by it. And you know, how I get those thoughts, oh yeah, see dua jareti, you know, has na haris in it on it then on I get that way too. I'm like, oh man, you know, it's just see do it. We just don't want it. You know, it's a lot of emotional stress. You know, like oh yeah, I don't know. It's just something better. You know, even myself, I'm lumberistina. I heard about the myth about the Tanti. Hmm. Plenty that hint, James. Plenty nest either doing the James. The Tanti, you know, any suicide guys theater holidays, no, they're all you know, a lot of people. I know, you know, said Chalaza, but do it, said Zamfuna, you know, and just the holidays. It's just like you know, doing being done is in the chen pack up a cloud that you know as a decorations no illa. But there's good and bad at Christmas, guy, you know, and it gets so heavy. Ne da that but why? You know why? You know it's just before 1845 do dinis, huh? You know, con di siga de rilien is in Bali choyen as a deal West Lalash and you know there was a band of Chippewans that was a band of Dene people. Those are the ones I believe. I haven't gotten there yet, but don't de Bahal de Tigar. Those are the ones that signed the treaty in 1899, I believe. So, you know, don't I Birdol Nestedo, yeah. Birdol Dumbo, the scene is I thought it was Dumbo. Birdol Birdol is at 10 patties. At 10 burgers, Uli. Birdol. Birdol. And Baku James na Ariltiza. But there, suicide guy STA, it's Dene Hontu Nenige Chare Tlanta Bahalya ulti, Dene Sandon Lisa. No Hanenezen. One thing Holline Dene Hel La Lash in the scene. Oh, like Anke, like Hanizen. That's a rough place that D. And Holline Bagan arranged Johnny. Because I know what had happened. I've been through it. I would agree with them. No lies. And it wasn't until, Huntuas Nilu Huntuas Najao. A year. I really saw my home community for who they are. And then, because si huti dila, you want to forget it, but you can't. It's a part of me. Tor Lucia. But Senene, it's a beautiful place, beautiful people. Dene sa hunli bahalya tiha. Asnede kontwiga delu. Sa, like it was just you surround yourself with what you want. Ide, you'll get it. That ini danzi. So then sober not de ide. Okay, that's what you're gonna get. There is no doubt. No hal hote. Doing. Yeah, that's a bit of a rough place. No, it's no different than downtown where I live, Saskatoon. Doonday, I stand up for it. And I tell them where I'm from. I know hanene, we're tied to the land, eh? I learned and then I started going, and I was like, okay, slowly you reconnect back. And beddi heleni online do it delani. Der Arsenal das ist delani. No hayatiek un lienu ni ti kun lienu benerin nihilu connection do dide due hani. Kui gun liare derino it's anhalt alsi hutiltsiai hani. So, and mental health base. It's always good to even counseling on it's a dile. Maybe once a month and on dade, okay. Unload your junk. Go on with it again, See where it goes from there. See they doing now. I'm trying to deal with my cell phone. This thing. So I'm starting to think, maybe nah on only they just put it away. Cause all day, doing zinake asne the record us. Oh, I'm gonna touch on that here. I'm gonna post about it too later. Doing asne the record us balhun tati dao betsi honni. It's gonna be interesting. I'll share with you guys probably next week. And then I'll have a guest next week. But couple times, a bunch of people Dene good morning, Noofball Danny. Then it says it's a message at yeah. You know, you should talk with elders. I don't mind. I don't mind talking with elders, but I don't know who they are, or I don't want to. You got to help me on that part. If you want to hear your own elders day, you got to help me out. I you know, go talk to somebody and say, "Hey, Edir Chalakwaza der Siganadra, Bahali Niltir, okay, the number, but I don't elu. Just do it properly." And then, yes, Abasont elu Bahal Yastiha, then everybody gets to hear it. Elders from every community. I don't mind that. And Gabin Dana is probably gonna have to be done Gabin Dana Day because had they not Delon maybe some Nadarin Are, you know. So, I hear you, but I I I don't even know a number to call, right? So say, hey, I talked to this person, this elder, and when I go live, I can call them. No problem. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna post that this evening, and I wish I could go around and share elders, but then a lot of people can do this. You don't need everything that I have. Phone it's in out au asne hey nahal hun tawas daru nide ara diala babasunt au lila. And then nahi asne the zerut ilara dan neondela. So that can be another thing to think about. Yeah, that, but I'm sure it'll work. And I don't just say no to that. I get the messages a lot. I see them, but I also need other people's help. And that's that. On that, I'll be posting about it, and then I'll get another guest up for you guys next week. I wonder where we will go. I think I'll get one of the ones here. When boring there, yeah, Dueni. So I think I'm gonna go to a region in the Treaty 8 territory and reach out to somebody. A couple people actually. I'm gonna try to get not Dene next week. Saya Beyatie Te Jolant Elu. Sare Dine. So with that, Masi Chona hosting Salotina doing Zinega Saldu. Yeah. Gabi, I'm gonna try earlier in the morning. So it means I can try to go to bed early. But I've been saying that under cell phone this I just gotta get in the habit of putting it away. Cause it just like, oh man, it's like because that's all I do all day. On screen got the doll. I got a screen here, too. And then address it's Anibal Husni. I don't know how I ended up in researching, and it's becoming a lot of work, but something I want to learn and carry with me, you know. Maybe go back 150 years, something like that. That's very interesting. I will show it to everybody. So With that, masi cho na her sin salotina dun zinige te dagar no basuga waleo abar liaule ed zahel says in vehicle te hetliga being done. I don't even think I'm gonna go anywhere. Jim D, I'm gonna the answer Zaha. It's not worth it to ruin your vehicle. But it's supposed to warm up next few days. But stay warm, enjoy your day, and we'll see you all again. Gabin Dane. Si Willis Janvier Houche, Ninte Las Tours in La Loche, Saskatchewan, Clearwater River Dene Nation band member, and doing Ziniga Treaty 4 territories, Alhun Tati Daza. Masicho Aho.